And finally, we've been teasing it for weeks. We welcome the true leader of the LIM to the fourth Motherbox. Kyle and I welcome Double J. Double J, what the hell are you doing right now on this fine Friday evening?
Sitting on the toilet.
That is specific. Now, I tend to have to do so when we're going to be talking about the LIM and JFW and P-Trap, for instance. So, what are your thoughts over there on P-Trap? Yeah, that's what we think, too. Do we think the same thing? I thought I heard somebody over there. What the hell? Oh. Okay. Hey, very good, very good. Do you have anything else to say? So it's a good point, but I think you already made those points, Double J, here on Fourth Motherbox. If you're going to come on and slander, we're just not going to have any of that. Now, your thoughts on now? How did the LAM start? Right. I want to know about that history there. You might need to go see a doctor, sir. And the fourth Motherbox, I mean, Kyle is a therapist, but the fourth Motherbox is not one to be able to diagnose physical anomalies here. You're going to want to go to an urgent care. I recommend that you go to your maps and you type in urgent care nearby. Maybe use your zip code in the Google.
Do you like nachos?
I do, but I think you like them too much with all the farting. Oh, there we go again. Have you taken anything? Oh, damn. The baby food just came right through the microphone, bro. Why are you on the toilet? Why?
Somebody took my juice money.
That's one reason to be on the toilet. All right. Well, you can continue to take it while you're dropping a deuce. Because here on the Fourth Motherbox, the Farts Diarrhea podcast. So Double J, I just want to know what's the Double J story.
Now this little poopy pants is hungry. Will somebody pass me a pork chop?
We did not come prepared with pork chops.
Oh, as you can see, I'm still recovering from the bullet shot that I got from Beth. Remember that one? Hoo-wee.
Bo, Beth shot you?
This is what bleeding to death is? Oh-wee.
Oh, man. Double J, do you need us to dial 9-1?
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Is that your nickname?
Pork chop.
We didn't do the pork chops.
Ooh-wee.
Bro, do you need help? I'm gonna message P-Trap. Kyle, can you help us out?
Well, what do you know about this? You're not in any of mine.
What the hell are you talking about?
We're here to help.
Yeah, we're here to help you.
Sorry I never showed up, but I got married, I had a baby, I went back to school, I got my GED. What did you do while you were waiting?
It's not that, but we're gonna get you some help, Double J.
The following podcast has been recorded by LIM.
From taverns across Chicagoland to St. Joe's Park in Joliet to the world of podcasting, they're upholding the good name of Chet Gunderson and letting the old styles flow. They are the lovely, intoxicated men. And this is the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Cupid's Carnage edition of the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast. I am your LIM champion, PX, and joining me is members of the LIM. We have Double J, we have Smiley McGee, we have Tony Gabagool, and we have Nubby, the amazing Turtle general manager, co-general manager of Rocket Pro Wrestling. Turtle, how are you doing?
I am great. As you can see, I'm in space. I'm trying to recruit some more tag teams with Rocket Pro and maybe some other arrangements as well. But yeah, see, if you can see all the way in the back, you can see that little dot towards, well, I don't know if it's on the left or right, but you can see it. That is Earth. Don't worry about the thing behind me, directly behind me. That's the other Earth.
So here's my question for you. How are you breathing in space?
Blame No Coast.
Okay, no coast. Thank you for allowing turtles to breathe in space. We are learning so much about biology, which honestly, Turtle, it's a good thing you're starting this show with us because there's an issue that we've been talking a lot about on JFW. And now we have one of our brothers that have jumped in on this. So, Double J, I have a lot of questions for you regarding your appearance on Fourth Motherbox. Why did you eat so many beans beforehand? That's my biggest question.
I was looking for a good source of protein that day.
You
and
know,
you know,
You know,
you know, and yeah, that's
Josh.
you know,
yeah,
Josh,
right,
do you
Josh?
know?
You do,
Yeah.
you know, Josh?
Yeah.
Do you know,
Yeah.
sir?
It's really
I know.
because I had to eat a lot of beans that day because I ran out of meat at my house. I really was hoping Kyle would be able to help return the meat because I left so much of it with his mother. So
Wah, wah, wah.
and beans and protein don't really mix well because protein gives you the farts, beans gives you the toots. So like it was just a combination. What can I say?
hey, while we were on the subject of Kyle's mom, Miss Kyle's mom, you want to stop back over at my house? You left your sweater here the other night.
I wonder why she was so cold that other night.
Yeah, it's
Good
been
looking
below
out.
zero.
That
Good looking
explains.
out.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, you were just like you were hungry. You just seemed very hungry too. Like
Yeah.
you're asking about nachos. You're asking about pork chops. Like, man, I'm surprised you didn't eat beforehand.
Pork chops.
Pork chops.
Yeah, pork chops. I love pork chops.
Pork chops.
Pork
Pork
chops.
chops. Got your pork chops from Satriel's. How you doing?
So why didn't you eat before?
Well, because I knew I was going to be going into that show hungry, just as much as what Kyle and Tom said they were hungry for was the truth. They wanted to get the insider scoop on LIM. And while I was eating, enjoying my beans and the nachos and pork chops and stuff, I feel like I left them a little hungry. I feel like that's why we had these alleged technical issues with my episode, because I was hitting them with hard truths that they did not expect. I think Tom was flabbergasted that he learned that Double J is a really cool guy to hang out with. He didn't really like that. We maybe agreed on some like interesting things related to Star Wars and Marvel and comic books and stuff. But what he hated the most, Pat, is how much of good friends that you and I are and how strong the LIM is. He tried to batter and berate me with questions, trying to get the insider scoop tips and tricks on how to take us down, but we're bulletproof, baby, and he doesn't like that. So the audio from hearing all these hard truths come out mysteriously disappeared. Maybe that's because they use an outdated service like Skype in the first place, and they don't know how to properly protect their data. And so I don't know. On couchtherapy.com, Kyle Starr went down another rating because of the audio issues, because now his clients are talking about it. But the star rating on his mom's pad is going up, baby.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. What I think it's clear to me that everything that I said on JFW is true.
Oh, absolutely.
They're definitely hiding something. So
I even saw it in my episode.
Yeah.
They were arguing all the time.
Man, so you're saying that Kyle and Tom aren't on the same page?
Oh, absolutely not. There were times that Kyle agreed with me and Tom didn't like that. Then Tom agreed with me and Kyle didn't like that either. It was just a back and forth. It felt like a good tug of war of like, oh, we got a new toy. Who wants to be buddies with Double J? Only Kyle's mom could use me like a toy, by the way. And just because, we have a mutual understanding that way. But they just didn't really like it because where the LIM shows up, ratings go up, and they were afraid that I would be their most listened to podcast episode to start off 2024, and they didn't want it to be about that. And what's also interesting, all this stuff they talked about on this most recent episode, was just a retalking of the things we talked about on my episode. And a lot of the ideas that they brought up about Marvel and other superhero stuff are things I talked about that they're now copying off as their own. So you will be hearing from my lawyers around copyright infringement.
Wait, you got Freiberg or Schultz?
Don't worry about it. I've got someone else.
So they
Johnny
used
Cochran.
you. They used you for content.
Just like they use JFW for content. The only reason their listens have been going up is that once they started talking about the best in the Midwest, baby.
Damn right. Turtle, you want to weigh in here?
I mean, you said it on JFW. Like, we knew what was going to happen. We knew Double J was going to school them. He was going to own them. So it's not surprising that the episode had technical issues. And then they try to cover it up with some wannabe Double J stuff going on. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. And it seems like it was a Kyle thing. I figured Tom was a little bit more smarter than that. But then again, he has no soul.
He is a ginger. He is a ginger. And that answers so many questions on my end. But if you want to hear all the BS that Kyle and Tom spew on top of all the talk about poop and other things of that nature, you can listen to Fourth Motherbox wherever you get your podcasts. They do talk a lot about pop culture, comic book movies, Star Wars, you name it, they'll talk about it. And they talk a lot of shit about JFW, but they do listen to JFW, so I can't say our traditional thing. But
no, they can go fuck themselves for different reasons.
That Nubby said it, so it's okay from the Podcast Censorship Bureau. He's a man of authority, so it's okay.
Oh, now, I forgot. I didn't get the memo.
It's allowed when you're plugging another podcast, so that's a slogan of your podcast. So it's allowed under Class 316 Section Rule 27.
Oh, hell
yeah! And besides, doesn't Danny get the shit end of it anyway? I figure I'll just get him in trouble.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Yes, he does.
Wait, that Stone Cold looks a lot better than the Stone Cold in the WWE 2K24 commercial. But I digress on all of this because we do have a special guest here to talk about Cupid's Carnage with us. Turtle is here, obviously, but we brought somebody else in too to join us. And
Who did we bring in?
I advertised it, Josh. We know.
You need to stay on top of what we talk about in the group chat. Come on.
I mean, I know I send like 40 texts a day at least, but like read at least 38 of them. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, one of the co-general managers of Rocket Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, it's the gentleman guy, standing room only. 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 12 months. There's a lot of months that he had standing room only. It's Damien Saint.
There he is.
There he is. It's Damien Saint.
I show up on my time, not your time, kid.
Oh, there he goes.
Hey, wait, he's not a kid anymore. He's turning 30 this year. He's an old man now.
Stop reminding him.
He's still a virgin. He's a kid.
Rude.
I can't argue with that logic, PX. He's got me stumped. But I'll think of something. All right, don't worry. I will defend your old man status in one way.
That is not the compliment you think it is. But
don't worry. I've got your back, buddy. Don't worry. I'm gonna think of a retort in a minute.
But I just gotta say, welcome, Damien Saint. Welcome, Turtle. We have invited both general managers of Rocket Pro Wrestling to talk to us about Cupid's Carnage. But before we get into that, I want to discuss how we got here. How did Turtle become the co-general manager of Rocket Pro Wrestling? And if you all remember back in September, Turtle, you were in a match for the Chicagoland Championship, and you successfully defended it. But why don't you talk a little bit about what happened after that match?
Well, I mean, again, I won the match, because I was winning matches, defending that title of pride, unlike Joey Roth. But hey, I digress. So after I was celebrating, right? You know, it's what we do. Champions celebrate. I mean, you know all about that, Pac-Man,
That I
being a
do.
champion and all. And you defeated an idol. I did that too.
Pin Damien Gray.
I also beat an undeniable member. I guess that's why the shit went down the way it did, because after I won, Damien Saint comes out with his undeniable guys and everyone else. So, I guess we could just fast forward. I mean, I got stripped of the title, and then I got beat up, and then I got fired. Well, what more can I say? That all happened, and I think within 5 minutes.
Mr. Saint, do you have anything you want to add to what happened with Turtle back in September?
Guys, I am so sorry I had you guys on mute. I did not realize it. As you must know, I just look up, I see you guys talking, no sound. I apologize. Can we take that from the top again?
Yeah, no problem. So, Mr. Saint.
No. Before Mr. Saint, because I don't know what you guys said. So I don't want to say something that isn't true.
So what did you say, Turtle?
So I said after winning the match, retaining my Chicagoland title, I pinned an undeniable member. Damien Saint comes out with his undeniable friends, and fast forward, I was assaulted for no reason, stripped of the title, of course, and then fired for all my troubles. That pretty much sums it up.
Mr. Saint, do you have a response to that?
One, Turtle, I'm sorry your feelings got hurt. Two, Turtle, I'm sorry you got beat up. Okay, bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Screw that. I tried being nice. It did not work. So what had happened, and I tried to explain this, but no, someone called me an asshole. I didn't attack first. Someone else attacked first.
Okay.
But the original contract for the Chicagoland Championship, which is not an original RPW championship, it was brought in. We have to sign the papers. Yes, you did sign the papers as being champion. I signed the papers for trademark and rights to use. I missed the deadline by a day, and I tried apologizing. And then you called me an asshole. And all this happened all because I understand you were angry. But then you got angry with me. And sure, I did something wrong. But I'm man enough to admit it, and I said it to your face. I didn't lash out at you. Until after you called me an asshole.
So, me calling you an asshole warranted a beatdown?
Yes.
Oh, but wait a minute. You are the boss. You are the general manager. You're supposed to be unbiased. Yet, you had other people beat me up, and then, without being physically provoked, you put your hands on me. What kind of examples does that set as a general manager? I mean, come on, you're in charge. You're a boss.
It sets the example of no bullshit. I run a tight ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we kept getting standing room only. We have 2 shows because of weather. We didn't have standing room. And then we get a co-general manager. 11 months straight. Nothing but profit. We were paying the locker room off concessions. 2 shows down at a co-general manager. That's bullshit.
So you think that's the only reason why I'm co-general manager?
Yes.
I only said it that you have been interfering in matches, not something a general manager should be doing. You are playing favorites. Again, a boss should not be playing favorites. And then you're putting your hands on everybody for no reason. You were physically unprovoked every time you put your hands on people. Did Steve Michaels really need your help? Look at, he's a big man. Did he really need help back at Harvest Havoc? What does that say about Undeniable as a whole? That you need to interfere. Of all people, the weakest one in the group. Yep, exactly.
Okay, kid. You want to play co-general manager? We will play co-general manager. But I promise, you're going to lose.
I'm just here to help Rocket Pro get better.
Again, 2 shows down, and we need help.
Yeah, and you said you were going on a streak.
Turtle. All the things you complained about. Let's think about that. Standing room only. 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 Well, that's just last season.
Okay.
All the things you're complaining about. Put asses in seats. You should actually be thanking me.
Thanking you.
Did I stutter?
See, all that was fine. And as much as I didn't agree with you before, I was fine with you. As long as you didn't do anything to piss me off, we were fine. And then you did what you did at Fall Brawl. Then everything I did do to you when I came back in December, you deserve. You are supposed to be the boss. Do boss things, not be an asshole and go out there and think you can do whatever you want. That's why I was brought in, to slow you down.
To
focus on getting people in the get
down. Okay.
Because you're setting yourself up to be like every other general manager that I've dealt with and seen. They get power hungry, and then they get beat up for their troubles. I'm trying to help you.
You know what, Turtle?
What I did in December to you, you deserved it for Fall Brawl. That was your receipt. Okay? From here on out, when it comes to me and you, I want to help.
You are the co-general manager, and you can't even remember that you came back at Resolution. That's right. January, not December.
Hey, I'm a better idiot. What can I say?
You don't even know what show you came back
I get
to.
that.
And it was only a couple weeks ago.
Right. Okay. I got
and
my
you're a co-general manager. Oh, holy shit.
I get my days mixed up.
They're trying to kill Rocket Pro. Okay. I'll save it again.
Okay, how about this? January. What was that? The 6th? I came back. Became general manager. I gave you a stunner. Gave you your receipt. You deserved it for what you did at Fall Brawl. After that, I want things to be. Well, I want us to be on the same page here. I want to help you get Rocket Pro to be standing room only every show for as long as Rocket Pro is around. But you need to chill the fuck out and stop your bullshit.
There are kids that watch this show, and you swear. Do you kiss your rat with that mouth?
Bro, leave my rat alone.
Tony, do you want to weigh in here?
Tony's not the rat, you son of a bitch. Kyle.
Well, I wasn't calling him.
You're so rude to Tony.
Nah, he's a good guy.
You know, that's why Devil's gone right now. You've been him way too much.
I have a burning question for both of the co-general managers. Now, Mr. Saint, You were so gracious to grace us with your presence back over the summer vacation we had. And you came on our first episode of this podcast with Chet Gunderson, if you recall. And that was very generous of your time. And I did ask you a long-winded question, and I'm going to ask it again because this question has been burning in the back of my little Italian brain, okay? What are you guys going to do to bring down the cost of the beers at St. Joe's Park? Because this inflation is killing us. These $3 beers, they're killing us. We need the $2 beers. Thank you.
I mean,
food for thought.
We have to talk to St. Joe's about that. But I agree. We should bring the cost of beer down a little bit.
Oh, I like what he's saying. Smiley,
Well, we bring it down for Shamrock Shakedown. It's $3 a beer. Go to any other sporting events. And one beer, one can, you're spending $10.
All right.
He's got now
$3. $3. $3 freaking dollars. It's less than admission.
He's got a point, and I hate to say it.
And that's a problem?
No, I read that.
In the whole world, that's our big problems. It's the price of people.
Well, you know what? The talent that you bring in, Mr. Damien Saint, and the talent that the co-general manager, Amazing Turtle, will bring in, it offsets the price of beer. I will come out and say it. Well, our money, the talent that comes to RPW, that's totally worth it. I'll pay the $3. All right, I'm off my high horse.
Thank you.
Smiley, do you want to weigh in here on the situation with Turtle and Damien Saint?
Coat Rex can't talk.
Hold on.
Shut up, Coat Rex.
Well, hey, can I start it off for you? Can I start it off for you then?
Is it
Smiley
Coat
McGee?
Rex?
Well, you know.
Actually, Turtle, I wanted to let you know if you ever need a coat rack, it's my services are there for you to use as you see fit.
I wish you were there at Resolution because I could have used you.
He did have a cool new coat.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had to wear it when I stunned Damien Saint, but it's fine.
Well, I will be there in February, so just
Smiley's coming back. Hopefully, you're not going to be waiting outside again because you really didn't need to do that. You missed Thanksgiving.
Yes, you did.
I mean,
I
had to prove my fandom
more fans
somehow.
dedicated like him.
Thank you.
More
Mr.
people should
Saint.
be like Coat Rex.
Tony, you had given to Rocket Pro a petition.
Yes, sir.
Actually, we had two petitions because Double J also had a petition. So, Tony, why don't you tell us what happened in that first petition?
Well, as a man who knows a thing or two about the law, okay, my petition got revoked, all right? And I didn't even have a hearing. The judge in the case was Mr. Damien Saint, and he just revoked the hell out of my petition, okay? Now, anybody who knows anything about the... What's that, sir?
It's a veto.
Yes. Well, it was Don vetoed. It's gone now. And it broke me down. It took me down a notch, and I've been sad boy gabagoo ever since. But my Christmas wish came true, and my adulthood hero, the Amazing Turtle, he got a beautiful job. He can provide for his family now. What a guy.
Double J, welcome back. Do you want to weigh in on the petition? I mean, you circulated it in sign form after Damien Saint had ripped it up back in November. So what came to your mind when you thought, let's bring around this sign for people to sign and make sure that our voices were heard at Rocket Pro and the voice of everybody?
Over 200 fans, over 250 fans.
Yes.
I thought I heard at one point it was close to 93,173. No truth to that?
It was one more. It was 9,374.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Go back in time to WrestleMania 3 or something?
Hey, how'd you know?
Yeah,
My time machine started working.
Yeah, the time machine. We got it up and working. You know, all it took was pizza. So thank you, Turtle, for bringing that
It's
pizza
the
that helped us
crisper.
fuel the time machine. It's the crust and the grease that really gets the motor rolling. But that's not what we're here to talk
And
about.
I thought
the
it was going to
insider
be
tricks.
crystals from Arizona.
Have fun, Turtle. This is the type of bullshit I deal with every damn day. Is this stupid nonsense when I'm trying to handle business. So guess what? You get to join me. You get to have fun with this shit too.
That's fine because being an LIM member, I get all the perks.
Wait, Damien, since you deal with us all the time, do you want to be a full-time member?
I have the chat head in
LIM?
the car. I can go and grab it.
Yeah, we can swear you in at Cupid's Carnage.
We
You know
could.
what better way to join a unison of love between two general managers and the most rowdy fan group of Rocket Pro by swearing you in as a brother of the lovely intoxicated men. I mean, you already report to Chet. Just like now be a part of the group that just loves Chet.
Chet is pretty cool.
Double J?
Yes.
I really liked you.
Thank you. I
thought
too,
you and
buddy.
Tony were the best ones at LIM.
Wow. That's really that means a lot.
You both have turned
That's
around
surely
and
undeniable.
stabbed me in the back. I have built you guys up. I have complimented you every single time I've been on any sort of podcast with either of you. You two are always the ones that I get along with, that I laugh with the most. But no, screw Damien and Saints. Okay, I see how this is going to go.
I thought I was doing pretty good. I got the Cosmic Candy behind me.
Cosmic Candy at Captain Dave's.
Yeah, I said Captain Dave's Galley. What can I do, sir? I got to shine your shoes before the show?
Yeah, like
No,
what about
apparently all you got to do is be a
petition?
coat
I've
rack
already
and
explained
it works.
multiple times of what happened back in September, and yet I still do not get listened to. So,
should we talk about the
never
future?
mind, Tony.
Well, because no one wants to listen to the lies.
Cool. It's cool.
No one wants to listen to the lies. That's all.
Well,
we all know you're full of crap.
It sounds like it's truly undeniable that we're just not going to be on the same page about this. The petition, it worked in some effect. We've got Turtle back. We're moving in the right direction, and I think it worked its power. So that's my thoughts on the petition that got almost 1 million signatures.
Tony,
I mean, Shelly was paying attention. She's as busy as she is. She saw the episode with the petition. So it brought two ideas together. Bring me back and have a general manager, a co-general manager, and put them two together. And I said it before, I almost didn't take it. Almost.
So what made you decide to take it?
Well, let's back up and tell you why I almost didn't. Because I wanted nothing more than to come back, not only to wrestle, but to kick every undeniable member ass that beat me down. And that includes
revenge. That's your whole motive is revenge. You're a great role model for the kids.
Hey, I'm all about that. Do unto others as they do unto you.
I guess we don't turn the yellow cheek anymore.
What's the point of that? What am I supposed to do? Take that ass beating and just be like, oh, okay, cool. No, that's not how this world works.
Kyle's mom always turns the other cheek when we're snuggling. But anyways, carry on.
Oh, thanks for that one, Gabagool.
The snuggling is an extra $50. I never usually pay. I get in and get out, like you, Damien, saying to a job well done, and you get out of shot, right?
So what made me decide to take it was I realized that I wanted to come back to Rocket Pro no matter what. I missed it. I hated not being there. I was there at Harvest Havoc, sat in the crowd with you guys. It was fun. But then I saw what happened to Pac-Man, and I wanted nothing more than to jump that barricade and start kicking Joey Roth in the face.
Ooh.
But Travis T held me back, so Joey can thank him for that. So I had to figure out, how do I get back into Rocket Pro and, get my revenge without it costing anything. So me and Shelly made an agreement. I'm allowed one receipt per undeniable member that was involved at Fall Brawl.
Really?
So I agreed, and I also agreed to other terms that I cannot touch anyone else unless physically provoked, which is what a GM should be doing anyway, not getting involved in shit that they're not supposed to and being handsy, which I called 6 months ago, or no, 8 months ago. See, I'm already thinking still December because it feels like it sometimes. You know what I mean? So I agreed to everything, and yes, I stunned Damien Saint, receipt. I stunned Devin August, receipt. Notice how J-Back wasn't there.
His
The
check
bounce.
got bounced.
Oh, treated.
Let's just say he was given some homemade Thin Mints, and they were special. They were extra minty, and when it's extra, you see the X for extra really meant X-Lax. So, what I like to call instant diarrhea, if you will. Receipt.
Turtle, is there a receipt coming from Steve Michaels? Because if there is, I gotta caution you. This guy has been in the back pocket of Damien Saint. He is his secret weapon. You gotta tread lightly.
I can answer that question with my own question, Gabagool. Was Steve Michaels involved in that beatdown at Fall Brawl?
I wasn't there. I had the coronavirus.
Well, okay, then Pac-Man. Was Steve Michaels involved in that beatdown?
From what I remember, I don't believe he was there.
I don't think you should go after him.
So I have no reason to go after Steve Michaels.
I wouldn't. I would err on the side of caution. This guy is running through the competition in RPW.
I understand, but you also got to understand I am a wrestler, so I can handle it.
I'm not doubting
I've been in the ring with Congo Kong, all right?
I don't know what kind
He's
of
a big boy,
workman's
too.
comp they're going to have for you at RPW if you come in the way of Steve Michaels.
Well,
You get what I'm saying?
unlike the other general manager, I am not going to get physically involved in things.
I understand.
Unless I need to, unless I'm physically provoked. So that leaves two more people that deserve receipts.
Well, that is Skylar Reed.
No.
I believe
Schultz
Ryan Matthews.
Ryan Matthews.
And Eric Schultz.
But I don't have to give a receipt in the physical form. I can do anything I want, but I won't say what it will be if I decide to do it. I can decide not to. I could, walk away from them too. I could, but will I?
I don't know. Are you a hypocrite? Because for the last 5 minutes, you just talked about all the receipts you're going to give, but except for the 2 that weren't there.
No.
But then you want to turn around and you want to start talking about non-physical receipts. So which one is
he
it?
doesn't listen.
Is
He doesn't listen.
Are you going to give everyone receipts, or is it only certain people who get receipts? Which one is it?
See, he doesn't listen. And he talks about other people not listening to him. I said, and the agreement was, whoever was involved in the beatdown at Fall Brawl, they will get the receipts. Who were there? The ones that were involved.
Yeah, you also just said with Skylar Reed and Steve Michaels, you don't have to give physical receipts.
No, I did not say that. I said they were not getting any receipt. See, again, you don't listen. I get accused of not listening. You are the worst. You're worse than me.
No one can be worse than you at anything.
I think he has.
Okay, it could be debatable. It could be debatable, but nonetheless.
Santino.
So let's go through it. Damien Saint got his. Devin August got his. J-Beck got his because he was there, and he's the manager too. So So now we got Eric Schultz and we got Ryan Matthews. They're the only two left that may or may not receive those receipts.
Hey, while we're on the subject of Eric Schultz, Mr. Saint, do you think him attacking Koa's manager, Khalees, you think that was a little bit uncalled for to attack a woman? What's your thoughts on that?
Look, I did not agree with that. I did talk to Schultz. He is not going to be at the next show. He's sitting out because of those actions. I will never condone hitting a woman.
See, guys, Saint, I think he is a stand-up guy, despite my petition. I think there is some good to him. We gotta think about that.
It's funny you say that. He's a stand-up guy, but yet he let the owner of the company get beat up right in front of him.
Yeah, this is true. Damien Saint's kind of a sit-down guy now. I'm conflicted.
Well, when you start messing around with my job and my title, and you try to mess with my pay, which is already contract plat, but you want to start coming after my pockets.
So Shelly deserved to get beat up.
Oh, I didn't say that. I had nothing to do with that. That's Joey and Roxy. They do their own thing.
That's fine. That's fine. But you did nothing about it. As a GM, you're supposed to reprimand them for doing what they did to the owner.
I didn't know what was going on until I got it back and I saw the monitor. I was there.
It happened right in front of you. It happened right in front of you. You were out there.
Was in front of me, and I left.
Okay, so you watched on the monitor. Why couldn't you come back out and start reprimanding people?
Because it was already done.
So
the
if
show
I were
goes
to,
on. Let's be a big boy.
The show
about
goes on,
this.
but nothing happens, right? Nothing happens.
Were they there this last month? Did you see them in January?
No, because they
yes
weren't.
or no, Turtle?
No.
No. Okay, so you didn't see them.
Yeah, we'll go with that then, right? They were reprimanded by not being there on the 6th. Okay.
Well, yeah. If they're not their show, they don't get paid. Tony, Double J, what would you do in my situation with employees who are getting completely out of whack?
So I have to follow up your question with another question, just to before.
Will you all stop trying to talk like me? God damn it!
But you bring up pay, so you're asking for advice because in the real outside of this, I am a supervisor. So if you're asking for my opinion, that's a consultation. And I do have a consultation fee to respond to questions around supervision. Hey, they call me Double J because of my 2 degrees, and this is part of the tact of contract negotiation, all right?
Tony, you're my only friend left.
Back in the old neighborhood, if you hit another guy's guma, you were done, all right? I think it's got to be the same way in RPW. You guys are by the old neighborhood. You're right off of Rainer Avenue. We got to stick to our guns, all right? Protect the women. Even our beautiful Italian hero, Shelly, even if you don't agree with her, Mr. Saint, we got to protect the women.
This is all very true. So to my response then, so if we're, talking about like suspending or putting on some type of action for wrestlers when they do some type of action that is not hitting or attacking another wrestler. So then explain your actions with PX. A wrestler put his hands on him, and instead of reprimanding those wrestlers, you put my dear friend.
What did I do?
You put him in a match.
In a match. The kid's been bullied nonstop by the idols. Correct? Yes or no?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you need to do in order to stop a bully? Do you send in someone else and say, "Hey, go protect this kid," or do you tell the kid, "Go fight back"?
Well, in this case of having trained wrestlers attacking a fan in a business sense, that is poor business, and you should punish employees
and I gave
when
the
they're
kid
attacking.
Opportunity to get his receipt by Turtle standards.
Yeah, but Turtle is a trained wrestler. He is also SCW high voltage champion for how many days, PX?
Let me check. I have the count.
You got to have the numbers ready.
118.
118 days as a champion. I think him getting a receipt is better than a man who hasn't thrown a punch since the big bust at the sock hop, all right?
Who's
But
his
then again,
grandfather?
double.
Who's his dad?
Flash Harris.
I love my dad.
Who's grandpa?
Sea-Red.
I love my grandpa.
Okay. So did you really think I just left the kid completely defenseless? That's why it was a tag team match.
Again, but
I know
he wasn't
Red and
trained.
Johnny are gonna protect the kid, but he needs to defend himself. He needs to stand toe to toe, face to face, nose to nose with a damn bully.
Well, it was
And I gave
already
the kid an
impossible for
opportunity in
PX to
front
stand
of a
nose to nose
full
when he's so
crowd.
short.
And the kid got to have his moments, which some people never have their moments. Some people have the dream of professional wrestling, and the kid got to live it for one night. And I'm the problem. Okay.
Well, it's still a problem, but that's just a part of the LIM. We're always ready. You know, Matt Cardona taught us to always be ready. So PX showed up and is always ready, just like the rest of the LIM.
Speaking of Matt Cardona, I got my toys with me. Now, Mr. Damien Saint, did you ever at one point in your mind think that putting PX into a match could have led to a mass transit? Oh, God, it's blurry. It's New Jack. What if there was a mass transit situation going on at RPW? Did that ever cross your mind?
If we could have made a lot of money? Yeah.
There are other fans asking for matches we could probably make a lot of money off of.
Oh, my God. It's always the bottom dollar, right?
How do you survive in this country, Tony?
Yeah, you gotta fight tooth and
Kindness
nail.
or cash?
Yeah, cash is king.
I just choose to survive.
And I mean, you guys didn't hear me complain at all. I was definitely concerned, but at the end of the day, I had to do what I had to do in order to make sure that what was going on with me wouldn't happen to any other fan. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, we came out with the win. We got reunited with our dad. He came back with the milk and the scratch offs.
And the cigarettes.
And the cigarettes. We really needed those. And, you know, I did what I had to do. And, I mean, I couldn't be prouder of that moment.
I mean, I get it. Like, you had your moment. We've talked about this, and I'm happy for you. Not many get to do that. But we should have never, well, not like my opinion mattered then because I wasn't part of the company anymore, but it should have never got that far.
Your
it really
opinion
should.
always matters, Turtle.
Of course, he's going to be gone. Whatever. I'm not going to repeat what I say. He can go back and listen to this part if he wants. We shouldn't have gotten to that part, to that point. We should have not gotten to December with you in a match. You were taking out of the crowd at Darkness Falls, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's what Chuckle Charlie said to me because he was there.
Right.
He was a
I
good
miss
guy.
Chuckle Charlie. How's he doing?
Why? He's great. He's just in hiding right now. He's just like Michael Myers. He only works once a year.
Yeah, baby.
For an entire October, which I can say. I'll say this now. That is why I had to be the special referee at Resolution because Michael Myers was not available.
Shag now or shag later?
So, like I said, Darkness Falls.
No hiding if I go to grab a beer.
Hey!
Oh, do we not get
beer?
Yeah.
Did Sean Danger give you that?
What's that?
Did Sean Danger give
Did
you
Sean
that?
Danger give you that beer?
No, because I'm a grown ass man and I go and buy my own damn shit.
Oh, well, we buy it too.
But so, Darkness Falls, you were taken into the ring.
Yeah.
Unprovoked. You did not lay a hand on anybody.
Kidnapped at intermission at Harvest Havoc.
Well, let's stick with Darkness Falls here because that moment right there should have been the point that a GM, somebody in charge, should have ran out there and reprimanded the Idols for doing that. That's what I mean. That we should not. December shouldn't have happened the way it did. I mean, good for you again for having your moment. Great. I'm proud of you. Really am.
Appreciate that.
But what if you didn't take the match? You were then just still a fan that got essentially kidnapped, and you were brought into the ring unprovoked. A GM should have done something then.
Smiley,
But
I know
he didn't.
Smiley, I knew you weren't around when all of that was going on. So where do you weigh in on all this debate as far as whether Damien Saint did the right thing by putting me in that match with the Idols, or that there could have been another way of going about it that wouldn't have potentially had a risk attached to it?
Well, there's two ways I could see that we we can do this.
There's two ways that everything can go, because every decision is a freaking choice. Every choice is yes or no. So of course it can go two different ways. You want to complain about the events that led up? Sure. Did things get a little bit out of hand? Sure. I'll admit that. But let's look at the end result. You all want to complain about the way all the way up to the end. But then when you have something amazing happen, when you have someone who actually defends himself, and wins a match,
I did.
You're so focused on the past details that you don't care about the end result. Science, math, English, history, everything from start to finish means nothing except for what the finish is. P.S. Did you get hurt?
I did not.
Did your father return?
Flash did return.
Did you win the match in your first and only match? As you as a fan, did you get the pinfall, the 1, 2, 3 over a trained wrestler?
I pinned Damien Gray.
Now, would you have preferred to just sit out there like a little bitch and have taken it?
I mean, at
then
some
I would
point,
have had to step in because you're not going to defend yourself.
I
But
mean,
which one is
yeah.
it? Would you rather be a man and stand in your own 2 feet, or to sit there and cry? Like how Turtle apparently wants you to do, to sit there and cry instead of being a grown-ass man.
That's not what I'm saying. But go ahead, put words in my mouth as usual. It's what you do. You're a manipulated bitch, so that's
You're
fine.
not letting PX talk. That is so rude. Please, PX, I asked you a question. Will you please just answer the question?
Absolutely. I mean, you gave me an opportunity. We don't see eye to eye in a lot of things, but I'm grateful you gave me that opportunity. It wasn't under ideal circumstances. No, I am not a trained wrestler, but we did ask you to do something. We never said what that something was. So you gave me an opportunity. You put me in a position that not a lot of people get put in. I'm very grateful for that. I did my best that night. I advertised like crazy to let people know that this was happening, that I was going to do my best to fight for each and every single one of the fans, so that nothing like that was going to happen ever again to any other fan. So you're never going to hear me complain about being able to have that moment and you giving me that opportunity.
Then may I ask you one more question, just based off your experience, because it's your personal experience.
Right.
Why does everyone else saying this is what should have happened mean anything when you lived the end results? Because everything, I get the complaints, I do. But if we would have gone a different way, what if you never got a chance in the ring? What if you never got a chance to stand up for yourself? What if you never got a pinfall? All those moments, all those memories, kid, all those memories you'll have for the rest of your life. Everyone else saying this should happen, that should happen. To me personally, it feels like saying you shouldn't have gotten this and you shouldn't have done this.
Well, guys, I think we
You can
almost
call
need
me an asshole. You can call me everything in the world. But yes, you did ask me to do something, and I gave you an opportunity to stand up for yourself.
I think we need to put Damien Saint at the same level of John Cena. Okay. And why I say that is because he has made so many kids' dreams come true. He's made so many wishes. He made Smiley McGee a coat rack. He is finally relevant in his life. He let PX have a match that he probably was never going to have. Damien Saint, you kind of are a hero. You're just like John Cena.
Thank you. Thank
Making
you.
wishes.
I think that's too big of a compliment. I can never be John Cena, but I greatly appreciate it, my friend.
Well, I can see.
We can see you. That's unfortunate.
So you got something going for yourself.
That we do. So we've been talking a lot about what's been going on in Rocket Pro, but we haven't talked a lot about what is going to happen at Rocket Pro Cupid's Carnage, which takes place February 3rd. And it's a good time that we have, both co-general managers who have, in a tit for tat, made these matches on social media. So we're going to talk to them about what exactly went in their mind when these matches were made. I'm not going to main event myself. Hello, Rian. How are you? But I
get it. I get it.
I thought that was Steve.
But the first match I'm going to be a part of in a manager role. I will be in the corner of Rockstar Johnny Nye and Flash Harris, my dad, versus Damian Gray and Kevin K. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of background about how this came about, Johnny and Flash came to me and asked me about being in their corner and looking out for all the things that Joey and Roxy might do at ringside. And I couldn't say yes quicker. Now, Flash came to you, Turtle, and presented the idea to you. Now, when he presented the idea to you, what went into your thought process as far as allowing me that chance to be in Johnny and Flash's corner?
I didn't want to do it. I felt like you had your match. This would just be, to me, the idols are now planning more and more to do more things to you. But Flash, I trust. I didn't before, but I learned to trust him recently. That he has your best interest at heart, and that's why I'm allowing you to be in the corner. But you just need to keep in mind, I know how you are. You're going to get excited being out there. Yeah, you were in the ring. You had that excitement. But you're going to be on the outside where it's a little bit different. As much as it could be the same, you got the fans like in your ears now. You are closer to the fans on the outside than you are in the ring, so you can hear them, and they're probably going to be egging you on to do something. All I'm asking is stay in the corner, don't get involved, and don't beat anybody up unless they come after you first. Don't looking for a fight. Just be there.
Good advice.
For Flash and Johnny Nye. Now, as for Joey Roth and Roxy, I know they're going to be out there. I just advise them to do the same.
And I mean,
that's all I can really say about it.
Joey's been talking a lot of smack since December. After that, trying to challenge me to go back in the ring, but that was a one and done.
He's been talking smack ever since he was born. He's done more talking than anything else.
That he is. And, I know they'll do their best to try to bait me, but I made a promise to you, Turtle, when this was made and put together. And, out of my respect for you, out of my respect for Damien Saint, out of my respect for Rocket Pro, I will not put my hands or get physically involved in the proceedings, but I will be keeping an eye on Joey and Roxy so this match could be called down the middle by the referee with no shenanigans that come into play. So I'll be really, really watching Joey and Roxy very, very close. I got their number. I mean, to prepare for that match, I watched a lot of their film. I saw all the ways they can cheat. I've seen all the ways they have cheated. And then we got, Johnny and Flash, two former members of the Idols that know Joey and Roxy much better than I do. All of the tricks that Joey and Roxy have, Johnny and Flash are all too familiar. Same thing can be said for Kevin Cade, and the same thing can be said for my former classmate, Damien Gray. Now, I'll be watching very closely, and I will have their back. And I think, end of the day, our team's going to come out with the W. Tony, Smiley, Double J, weigh on this. What do you guys think?
Well,
how do you guys think this is going to go?
I
he said it. He said it. Yes. Anyway, go ahead, Smiley.
Anyway, I have a feeling that our dad, Flash Harris, and Johnny Nye are going to have a very successful evening.
Double J?
I think our dad is going to do what I used to do to Damien Gray in high school, and that is kick his ass.
Yeah. Mr. Saint, how do you think this match is going to go?
It can honestly go either two ways. Sure, PX. Turtle says don't do anything, and I'm not encouraging any physicality at all, unless you need to defend yourself. But here's the thing. Everyone has seen Damien Gray, Kevin Cade, Joey Roth, Roxy Hart. Everyone has seen them month after month after month after on different shows. So everyone already knows what they're capable of doing. But here, Turtle, let me ask you the question. Who's the wild card in this? Who is not known?
Who is not known?
It's the guy you put in as a manager.
Well, yeah.
While he agrees to not do anything, you and I both know we've been in the ring, not with each other, but we've had our careers. Anything can happen, especially when you get caught up in the moment. Yes or no, sir?
Yes, it's true.
Okay. They all know each other. They're all idols and former idols. No one knows what you're doing if you need to defend yourself. What everyone knows is you won a match.
Yeah, I've heard
I
that.
say right off that.
A few times I heard it.
Now, I must ask because I don't have this in my note. Which general manager had given Joseph Von Jaeger time to address the situation with Jesus DeSapio? All right, Mr. Saint. So going back to last month, Joseph Von Jaeger successfully defended the Intercounty Championship. And after the match, it appeared that DeSapio, who we all thought was a good friend of Mr. Von Jaeger, decided to blindside him and attack him. So now he's going to get a chance to address all of that. And this seems to be a combustible situation because DeSapio is going to have to come out and respond. Clearly, his eyes are on the County Championship. So when you came to the decision to give Von Jaeger's time to speak, walk us through that process of why you gave him that time to speak about what happened.
So that was an extremely long question, statement, paragraph, book, whatever the hell it was. Let me just understand. This is the question you're asking. Why did I give Joseph Von Jaeger the time at Cupid's Carnage to address the situation of Jesus Desafio attacking him, correct?
Right.
It's really simple. After he came to the back, Joseph Von Jaeger, he came to my office and said he wants to deal with this next month. So I gave him the time. I gave him a slot on the show. If he could figure out what's going on with Jesus Desafio. Again, I'm letting the person stand up to whoever's bullying them. The kid wants to talk to Jesus. Cool. You two are close friends. Go ahead and talk. If you two end up fighting, guess what? You two end up fighting. But I'm going to make sure we make some money off of it because this is still a business first. Whether that's ethically or unethical, ethics do not fill my pockets. Ethics do not keep the doors open. Ethics do not keep people employed. I hate to say it that way, but it's true.
Now,
does that answer your question?
That does answer my question. Now, the most recent match that has been made is Maximus Orion and Shaq Jordan versus Skyler.
Okay, are all these questions for me? Why don't you ask Turtle a question? I feel like I just got two in a row. Come on.
Well, I mean, I'm going in the order of the matches here.
No, you're going in the order that they got posted. Come on.
So, the one thing I will say about this is, past few months, anytime the Undeniable has come down to ringside to attack attack Aaron Stone, Shaq Jordan, and Maximus Orion have had their friends back. So this seems to me like your way of getting back at them for, I don't know, involving themselves in...
PX. I don't mean to interrupt you, but hold on. Who the hell has their TV going on in the background? Because you're distracting me and starting to piss me the hell off. Turn down your damn TV now.
Damn it,
We're
Smiley.
doing a podcast and you can't be professional for 5 damn minutes. Come on. Thank you. Now, PX, before you're so rudely covered by that television, what were you saying? Girl, I saw your hand move, so I know it too, you son of a bitch.
He's agreed to talk to us. He's been transported back to headquarters right now. If he indeed was as an alibi.
We're back at headquarters.
Hey, what's that? What show are you watching? What show's on?
It's got to be live.
It's some show on A&E.
Oh, no.
First 48
Truckers? Oh, first 48.
No, first 48.
Ooh.
Betty Cena's into that kind of stuff.
So you're doing a podcast and you're watching television at the same time?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not.
This is a guy that can demonstrate, being a manager, you have to have multitasking skills, and I think Turtle has demonstrated that. He's multitasking right now.
He's leading by example by watching TV by looking at an angle, like we see so many people we grew up watching. He's staring off at an angle, watching what's on the TV. He's practicing.
Bret Hart's done it. Matt Hardy's done it. Roman Reigns has done it.
Proven consistently through psychological studies that multitasking does not do anything. It actually ends up hurting you more than helping you because your mind is going from one subject to the next, to the next, to the next. So you comprehend nothing. You just try to do 4 different things and you understand nothing what the hell you did.
So then how do you explain managing being a general manager while also managing the Undeniable?
Because I handle one thing at a time. I handle the show, and then I will stop and hand it off to my next producer. And then
it's again, you're focusing your attentions in different areas.
Guys, how should I handle multitasking both Kyle's mom and Tom's mom at the same time?
Oh,
that's easy. It's Kyle and Tom's mom.
For a flat rate, that's a Saturday night experience you could pay for. It's a double feature, as they like to call it.
Anyway,
hey, Double J.
As I was saying,
hold on, Pac-Man, real quick.
Yeah.
Double J. I love how you mentioned how he's a general manager, and then handling management thing, like being a manager. General managers are supposed to be managing the show, not managing a group. in a wrestling match. That's conflict of interest. But carry on, Pac-Man.
Carry on my wayward Pac-Man.
So, Mr.
Don't ruin
Saint,
the song.
Mr. Saint,
Mr. PX.
my question to you is,
My answer to you.
putting this match together, this seems like a little bit of retribution, for lack of a better word, for having Maximus Orion and Shaq Jordan constantly come into the aid of Aaron Stone, somebody that you have shown time and time again that you're not really a fan of. What's your response to that?
As I've addressed multiple months, this is not a publicly owned company, so we're still able to do our own rules. So with that, when in the very first show of me becoming a general manager, I have an employee saying they don't give a damn if I'm in charge. Sure, first night in, let's go and start pissing off the new boss. If everyone had just left Aaron Stone alone, it would have been fine. But no, everyone wants to play Robin Hood and the White Knight and the person in shiny armor who comes to the aid. Everyone wants to keep sticking their nose in business that did not involve them. So then whatever happens with Undeniable while I'm in the back taking care of the company, that's on them.
Guys,
now go ask Turtle a question because I'm tired of answering damn questions.
So, guys, I mean, weigh in on this.
Hey, he wants to ask Turtle a question.
He's asking Turtle. Turtle, weigh in on this, please.
Turtle, weigh in. And Turtle, guys includes Turtle, because Turtle is a guy.
Oh, so Turtle doesn't get his own question now. He just goes off of my. Okay.
Turtle, I've got a question for you.
What's up?
How is your shell doing in this cold weather that we've been having lately? I've been worried about you.
I've had to buff it out a few times because it cracks occasionally because of the cold weather. I think it might be because it's old age, but
could be.
It's fine. Now you want me to weigh in on this match, Pac-Man?
Please do.
Well, not much to say. It's just, to me, it's just a match. Do I agree with Damien Saint's method on it? Nah, because he's biased. And that it shouldn't be, but whatever. I do agree with the point that Maximus and Shaq have been getting involved, and that's why this match is being made. Now, if Kings of the Sixth were the ones that wanted the match to happen because of that, I can respect it, and I probably would have made the match too. I mean, I'm not against this match. It's going to be a great match. It's going to make money. Just the way Damien Saint described it, it's kind of bullshit, but whatever. He makes it all about him, and that's fine.
I mentioned consistently about the company making money, and
you say
this is the most biased interview I've ever had.
I'm just stating facts here. And I agreed with you on some points that Shaq Jordan and Maximus have gotten involved in undeniable business, which should be an undeniable problem. But you're making it your problem too because you are a manager of Undeniable when you shouldn't be. But you know what? He doesn't want to listen to that. So I'm hoping Shaq and Maximus get revenge or whatever they want out of this. And who knows? Maybe the winning team, if they would want, maybe a future title shot.
Whoa!
No. Smiley, I mean, you've seen even last season everything that's been going on with the Undeniable and Aaron Stone and Maximus and Shaq coming to Stone's defense.
Careful.
How do you think this match is going to play out?
I have two of my fan favorites on one team here, and that is Maximus and Shaq Jordan. And they're going up against the Kings of Six. And from what I've watched the last couple of matches that I've seen these two in the Kings of Six, they haven't exactly been on the same page.
True.
We've had what looks like Skylar Reed kind of having second thoughts about what's going on. I'm not really sure. I don't know if Damien Saint at some point will be able to clarify that. But I do feel like Shaq Jordan and Maximus Orion should have their hands full with the Kings of Six if they are what we know to be the Kings of Six. If they are what it seems like they've been the last few months, it looks like Shaq Jordan and Maximus Orion should be able to handle this pretty easily.
Shaximus. The guys are traveling all the way from Canada. All right, they need a pep talk. They're coming all the way down from Canada. That's a long drive, right?
That
Or
is
flight.
a pretty long drive, flight, wherever mode of transportation.
Few hours drive from, the Joliet area.
Sorry.
Well, I think Shaximus, that's what I'm calling them. I think they got a good chance because Gunner Brave was able to take out our neighbors to the north last month, okay, by himself. I'll leave it at that.
Double J?
Yeah, I think Shaximus is going to be lights out in this match, and the Kings of the Six have a lot to really work on just because they're coming up against some tough opponents, but it seems like this infighting disagreements that they have going on is going to just lead to them taking more L's than they usually do.
Maybe we can get Davison Sarai back. She could do some couples counseling for the Canadians.
Oh, no. Last time that there was a tag team and couples counseling, they
she's no longer under employment with Rocket Pro Wrestling.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. She left or whatever after she beat me down.
What's the next match?
So the next match is the 2 out of 3 falls between Koa and Steve Michaels. Koa Laxamana versus Steve Michaels, 2 out of 3 falls. Number 1 contendership. Turtle, you made the stipulation, which arguably might make the situation harder for Koa Laxamana.
Yep. It does seem like it.
So when you decided to make it 2 out of 3 falls, what factored into that decision?
I like the approach that, Damien Saint had with the match. I wasn't about to change it completely for him or on him. I like the idea since, obligations with Steve Michaels and we had to make some changes and that's fine. I just felt like that match at Cupid's Carnage should have something. And what came to mind was 2 out of 3 falls, and it's going to take 2 tries for either one of them to win the match. Now, it puts Koa at a disadvantage because Steve Michaels not only is bigger, but he has Undeniable, where Koa has just Khalees. So it is a disadvantage, and you can't say I'm being biased towards Koa because I made the stipulation before Koa won the match. So that kind of trumps your false accusation there, Saint.
Wow.
But that's fine. You can say whatever you want. That's whatever.
What
I'm
false
interested
accusation about this match?
You said that I was putting Koa in or giving him an advantage when really it's a disadvantage for him because Steve Michaels has more of an advantage with Undeniable and being bigger than Koa.
Except if you want to think about it this way, if you want to go into math, let's look at it this way. 2 out of 3 falls, 33% chance. You need 2 pinfalls, which means you have a 66% chance of winning and a 33% chance of losing.
Okay.
And vice versa.
I didn't know we were getting into Steiner math, but okay.
That's basic math, you dimwit. Holy shit. No wonder you moved to Indiana. You do Indiana damn math. Shut up over there, Kilt Rat.
Hey, Smiley McGee proves there's more than just corn. Okay. There's more than just corn in Indiana. There's also coat racks.
Can we address this?
We address
Can we address another thing about this match? This is the match that I've been waiting to talk about. Because if I remember correctly, there's another stipulation in this match, and it's for the final fall. And I believe it is no disqualification.
That's correct. If I remember right.
Might as well make it 3 stages of, for lack of a better word, chaos.
No, that was December.
Yeah, we're in February.
We're in February.
It's Cupid's Carnage.
So
I mean, I know I'm mixing
stages
up
of
too.
Hold on.
Carnage.
Carnage. Thank you. My bad.
So
we could call it. You could call it whatever you want, and you can. And I know Saint it has been adding, certain aspects to each fall. I saw the post. It's fine. I am not going to fight him on this. That's the thing. I am not fighting him.
Because you already gave him his receipt.
Right.
Right.
I'm trying to work with him. I added a stipulation to a match. That's all I did. And it's going to take both guys to beat their opponent twice. That's it. And the winner's number 1 contender. There's no needed for math. We don't need to sing the ABCs, nothing. The only thing is Steve Michaels has the undeniable. I'm sure they're going to get involved. I may have to think about this a little bit and maybe do what I did at Resolution, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll talk with Damien Saint on another day before the show, and we'll see what we can come up with. But either way, simple. One guy has to win twice and become number 1 contender. Simple. Yes, Gubble.
Turtle, while you're thinking about that, I want the people listening at this point to think about how big of a match this is. All right. We have
it's huge.
Koa Laxamana. All right. He's appeared on NWA. We have Steve Michaels, who's appeared with the OVW as recently as of last month, if I'm not correct.
He's been with OVW for a while, but he did go back to OVW for that pay-per-view.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. You're not going to find this match anywhere else, all right, except for RPW. So, Mr. Saint, OGM Turtle, thank you both for putting something like this together for all the fans. You're not going to catch this shit at the run-of-the-mill show, all right? RPW is the place to be. That's all I'm going to leave it at. I cannot wait for this match.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But next we have more undeniable action. We have Ryan Matthews versus Sean Danger. And
are we seriously to discover everything that I booked? Like, seriously, everything we've talked about so far has been
half the show has an undeniable number in it.
How about you ask Turtle about something that he booked?
Oh, here, I'll do it this.
Get off me and go ask the other co-general manager.
I got you. Turtle, here's my question for you. Do you like beer? Do you like the occasional beer?
I do.
Okay, so let's say someone came to you, kind of staggered over to you, and just handed you a free beer saying, hey, it's on the house. Would that make you happy?
Hell yeah, it would.
Especially
now, let me ask a follow-up question. Turtle, if that is your product that you're trying to make sales on, are you okay with your employees handing away your profits, which you could build more in production? You could possibly try to work to streaming on live to merchandise for the locker room. Or would you rather someone just sit there every show and go, here's $3, here's $3, here's $3. We don't need to build anything. Let's just keep giving away money. You can't look at this as just a wrestler or as a fan anymore, Turtle. You have to look at it as a business, as a co-general manager. You have to look for it from my point of view now. And our job as general managers is to put on the best show and keep the damn doors open. So please keep that in mind for future questions.
I see your point. And I agree. However,
we can't get along, Turtle.
if we're doing so well, there's nothing wrong with giving back a little bit to the people that pay their hard-earned money to keep us going. Though if we give a little back, they'll spend a lot more the next time.
Let me bounce off of that. Double J. Didn't Sean Danger give you a beer at the last show?
He did give me a beer at the last show.
What kind
And
of
who
a beer?
drank it?
And what? Well,
Who
first,
drank
what kind of a beer was it?
It was an old style ale,
Yeah,
and I drank it.
So, how did it make you
drank it.
feel to have that old style in your system? Outside of drink.
I mean, I just feel alive. I feel like I'm back in the neighborhood. I am, feel like I'm having a great time at my favorite promotion, RPW, and it just makes me feel super happy to be there.
Tony, you also got a beer, am I right?
Yeah, I chugged that shit, but I get what Mr. Saint's saying because Turtle, you got to think of the bottom line for the company. If money's to be made, if we're shipping shit from China over to the States, we got to sell it for a premium price. We can't just be giving it away.
No, and I'm not saying you got to give it away all the time. If you're doing so well at sales, why not give a little back? You see, remember back in the day, grocery stores. I don't know if they still do it anymore. They give you free samples in certain sections of the store. They want you to try something. They don't do it so much like anymore. I think maybe one store does it. Someone, what you said, Costco, maybe? Man, whatever.
It's Costco.
Nonetheless, sometimes you just have to give a little back, and that's fine. I mean, think about this. I asked you guys this last month, but the podcast world can see now. Did Damien Saint ever buy you guys a beer?
No.
Nope.
Come to think of it, I can't recall.
I guess unless he bought the beer from the distributor to then sell back to us. So in a way, he bought it, but then we bought it. So technically, he did not buy it.
Who bought you a beer?
It for you.
Who bought you?
So you could buy it so you could have a beer.
But Turtle
Otherwise,
bought us
I could have
beers.
not done that, and we could have had no beer. Sorry, Double J, would you prefer having beer or no beer?
I would like beer.
And so I brought beer and this is what it. Come on.
All right. I got easy solution. Then you continue to pay the supplier, and then Turtle can buy us the beer. I mean,
that's fine. If Turtle wants to buy you the beer, I don't give a damn. I just want to make sure we get the profits. So I did go grab another beer for myself to drink. I did hear part of what we were talking about prior. Turtle, I get what you're saying of giving back to the fans. How long have you been with Rocket Pro?
This will be my official second season, full season.
Okay.
If we count the months I was fired, but
really, this is only your second season? I thought you were with Rocket Pro longer.
I'm talking like a full season. Like 2 seasons ago, I came in.
Okay, so season 4 and season 5 is what you're saying,
right?
Because we're on season 6 right now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so season 4, season 5. In season 4, how many sold out shows in standing room only do you remember?
47.
No, that's
time. Run 9 shows, Tony. Come on.
Sorry.
He was multiplying. He's not the best at the math.
Yeah,
But
I can attest. I was in math class with him.
I remember, and actually, there were standing room only at Cupid's.
Let's not include Shamrock Shakedown because we do $2 beers.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
At Kicks on 66, where I brought the belt to Rocket Pro, there were standing room only, and you weren't general manager then.
It was also the season finale, so of course we were standing room only. That's like saying, hey, here's the independent wrestling WrestleMania. Just stay home. Come on.
I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying too.
Turtle,
I guess we're all saying.
Tony, not to interrupt, but I do have a point I need to make right now.
Please.
So, Turtle, I've been there since season 2.
Yes, you have.
We've had maybe 2 handfuls of standing room only shows. Plenty that were not completely filled. What happens when a business keeps putting out the same amount of money but is not getting the return on investment? Does your, let's just say Excel, does your Excel account of your accounting, is it in red or green?
You're asking the wrong person on that one.
You're spitting.
Okay, so it's red, because red is negative, meaning you're losing money.
Right.
Now let's imagine 4 seasons of where over half the shows, you are losing money.
Yep.
You finally get standing room only shows. You start making some profit, but you haven't made enough to take care of all the debt. And then you have an employee handing away money. Again, I get your points, but you haven't been doing this co-GM thing long enough to look at the accounting books like I have. That's all I'm just saying. I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I need you to understand from a business perspective, which you will learn as a co-GM, it's a very different standpoint. If we do not make the dollars, we do not have jobs after our contracts are up. I don't know about you, but I want to say Rocket Pro Wrestling. I want to build Rocket Pro Wrestling. Maybe you don't care. I think you do.
Don't go there when it comes to not caring, because I do care.
What did I follow up with? I think. What were the next 2 words? You do.
I do. I do.
So then let's make money. Let's get out of debt. Let's keep building up Rocket Pro Wrestling. That's all I'm trying to do. I get my methods may be somewhat unconventional, maybe even unethical, depending on what your line is. But did they not get results? Did they not get standing room only? And not just season premiere or season finale, but every month in between.
True.
But if you're not treating your employees right, there's a problem.
But if the fans are paying money,
I'm pretty sure the fans will stop paying their money if they see somebody not treating their employees right.
You all claim I did not treat Aaron Stone right. How many shows last season with me not treating him right were we at standing room only?
A lot of, I get it. Yeah, I see. I know what you're trying to do here. You're missing it. You're missing the whole big picture. We get it.
And you're
have
missing
standing
my
room
big
only.
picture.
Because your big picture is just
It's
nonsense.
keeping doors open, building Rocket Pro Wrestling to be the next big thing that can travel around and make giant money.
The point is you're doing your job by bringing the people in, by booking these matches, but at the same time you are inserting yourself where you don't belong.
What are you drinking?
The problem.
What am I drinking? Lightning Kugel.
Talking to me?
No one
Well,
cares
you know
about
what?
Coat Rack.
No one
I
cares
think,
about your AEW root beer coat rack. Shut up.
Come on, Coat Rack.
Here's the thing. I think that people need to stop listening to Dave Ramsey on 1340 WJOL, and they need to start listening to Damien Saint if they want some good economic advice. All right? I said it.
I was
Dave
never
Ramsey.
good at economics. But okay, so look, we got to move on from here. We really do.
We do.
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
Let's go on
what's
to the next match because I'm tired of us talking about the matches that I booked. Let's talk about the matches that Turtle booked. Not does he like beer? Not was he there at some events? Let's talk about what he booked. How about we make this fair and equal, PX?
I will make it fair and equal because the next match is actually one that Turtle did book, and it is for the tag team championships. It's the final level.
Good match. Good match.
I outdid myself on this one.
Final
You
level
always outdo yourself, Turtle.
versus Jason Marks and Mason Conrad of Heroes of Our
they-
Time.
Yeah, can I give you a little bit of information about some of the heroes of our time?
Sure.
Mother Teresa, Wayne Newton, Lady Gaga, Joe
Kyle's
Byron, some of the heroes of our time.
No, it's just Jason Marks and Mason Conrad. Mother Teresa died. She's not going to be in the match.
Son of a bitch.
She should be.
But let's talk about Jason Marks and Mason Conrad. We have
It's
two guys
Joey
with
Marks.
a lot. Is it Joey Marks?
It's
Yes.
Joey Marks.
You made a typo.
Thank you for the correction. Joey Marks and Mason Conrad. They have a lot of experience around this area. They've appeared in places such as Galley Lucha, Freelance Underground, and they have had a trip or two down in Mexico. So these guys are in a way international talents.
They are.
They're very
And that's why I
crafty.
booked it.
I've watched I've been watching their matches to get a better idea of who they are, and they are incredibly crafty in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think as far as these guys will do what it takes to win, but they're going up against the final level? And what's going through the final level's mind is everything that happened last month. Shogun was
Which
nowhere to
I
be seen.
kind of find a little interesting that we get a new general manager or co-general manager, and Shogun isn't there.
Shogun was not there.
That's not sus at all.
And Mr. Marche
at him.
Rocket had a team with Machine of the Three Rings to defend against Paulie Tomaselli and Acid. Now, it happened around the LIM section that Youth Gone Wild, who we haven't seen since their gauntlet match with the final level at Kicks on 66, came in the ring and beat down Marche and sent a message to the final level. And seemingly they implied that they may have had something to do with what happened to Shogun. So you got Marche and Shogun with two eyes in the back of their head watching out for Youth Gone Wild, and they have to defend their tag team titles against these two crafty gentlemen in Heroes of Our Time. Now, weigh in on this, guys. Do you think that Marche and Shogun are going to have their focus when it comes to this tag team titles, or are they going to be distracted and looking out from Youth Gone Wild in the crowd?
I think David Bowie said it best when he said, "We could be
Dance
here."
Magic Dance.
Well,
He did say
too.
that. He did say that.
You do remind me of the Babe with the power.
What
The
power?
of voodoo.
Hoodoo?
The power of the voodoo. Hoodoo, you do.
And how?
You know, well, you know.
Okay, let's start with the Bill Cosby sounding like bull crap. Let's go.
When David Bowie said we could be heroes, I don't think he envisioned the brute force of Marche Rocket and Shogun coming up against them. Okay, I don't think these guys can pass the final level.
Double J?
I have to agree with Gabagool. The final level had been on a tear. The entire tag team division at Rocket Pro has been put on notice. But the Heroes of Our Time are very experienced. They've traveled all across the world battling tag teams just as tough as the final level. And they are unknown in Rocket Pro. And that means they could also be unknown to the final level. And that could prove to be a game changer in this match, because I do believe, based on what happened, the Youth Gone Wild put the final level on notice, so their heads are going to be on a swivel and maybe not as focused on this match. So I think it's going to be one of the first true tests that the final level are going to have since they became champions, and I'm very excited to see what this match's outcome is going to be.
Smiley? Thoughts on this match?
I've said it once. I've said it I don't know how many times. There's only one team that I know for a fact that can always give the final level a run for their money. Heroes of Their Time is not it, but the Youth Gone Wild is, and with Youth Gone Wild putting at least Marche Rocket and Shogun on notice, I have a feeling that they're going to have their heads on a swivel in this match. And that could just give Heroes of their time just that much of an edge to potentially pass the final level.
I get it. That's a fun about video games. I like it. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I've always said it's a good way to put it for the team that the final level is.
Turtles.
They're the two grizzled veterans of Rocket Pro.
You know, I just had an interesting thought, and not to toot my own horn, because egos are overrated. But anyone who's been around the area knows the history. And truly, you should know this. You know the history of Shogun and Marche Rockets.
Yep.
You've been in the business around the area for a long time, and they have been enemies for a long time. Yes or no?
They've been, I guess we can call them frenemies, because they've been enemies and they've been friends.
Yeah.
It's been
How long has it been since they've been friends? Because
it's been a long time.
Saints, we got the final level. Not saying I really had anything to do with that, but let's look at the facts. Management change, new teams coming up. Younger talent is getting opportunities. Again, you might disagree with my ethics and my methods. Sure. But I got the results.
You can't argue with results. I'll give you that.
That is ultimately what counts, is you got the results. And I showed the work, the way to do it. Again, you might find it unethical, unconventional, anything like that. Sure. I got the results.
Much as we hate to actually admit it.
I mean, I guess we have to look at facts. When J-Beck was in charge, we had victim cookies. We had victim cookies under J-Beck, right? We got the final level under Damien Saint, right? I mean, I like cookies, but I do like the final level. It is, whatever. I guess we have to say, oh, Damien Saint's the reason for final level. I guess, because Damien Saint was the one that put the shot in Shogun's hand to give to Marche and men fences. Well, I guess we could say that because it had Saints and the general manager.
The one asked for opportunity, and I gave it opportunity, and we got final level out of it.
Sure.
Now, Turtle, before we move on to the main event, you were the one that put this match together, and you are familiar with Heroes of Our Time.
Yep.
What can the fans expect from Joey Marks and Mason Conrad?
Well, you're going to get a different style, if you will. I mean, you got Marche and Shogun, who are brawlers in a way. They fight tough and all that. I mean, Marche is agile for a big guy as well. Shogun's a little bit too, but you got Heroes of Our Time. They can go do the, fast-paced match, and they can slow the final level down. The size difference can be a factor, but I've learned recently at CSW, when it was Marche against Axel Rico, there was a size difference, and Axel Rico got the win over Marche. So I'm putting two different styles together, two different sizes together, and we're going to see which one is going to be a factor. And like I said, I've seen, the smaller guys win over the big guys, but I'm trying to build a tag team division again. With the Idols doing their thing and Undeniable doing undeniable things, they can't get their heads out of their asses, which is true. They can't. Come on, Damien. Are they deserving of any title shots the way they've been acting? With Kings of the Six, the real
this
tag
isn't
team.
about me right now. We're having you ask questions. The last 20 minutes has all been about me. How about I get relaxed for a little while?
It's always
your
about
question and leave me alone.
It's always about you.
I put the focus on you. How is it about me?
I'm asking a simple question when it comes to tag team wrestling. Kings of the Sixth are the actual tag team in Undeniable. I'm asking about Undeniable right now.
Yes.
They are the actual tag team, but they're not on the same page. So essentially, they really don't deserve a title shot right now. So I'm having to look elsewhere with the lack of tag teams we have. And Heroes of Our Time came up to mind. And I'm like, okay, let's get them. And I'm hoping to do that with more tag teams. I'm going to go all around this area. I want this tag team division in Rocket Pro to be big. I love tag team wrestling. If I can find a partner, I'd be in a tag team right now. But no one wants to team with me for some reason. I don't know. They don't want to be a turtle. That's fine.
You have a cat,
So,
Gabagool?
Yes, I'm an evil villain. I got a cat. What Turtle? You could always bring in Travis T. You guys would make a great team.
And when it comes to Youth Gone Wild, me and Saint do have to sit down for this and figure out. But as far as I'm concerned, you are not jumping a barricade and thinking you're going to get a title shot.
Thank you. No, I completely agree with that. We do need to sit down. We need to figure that one out because that can get a little bit too dangerous.
And don't get me wrong, I've known Youth Gone Wild for a long time. I knew them when they were just those. They were actually nice guys back in the day. So I get it, and I just wish if they want a title shot, they should have just came to me personally instead of jumping the barricade. We can't be doing that. That is not how you're going to get a title shot with me. I don't know how Damien Saint's going to do that, but if he's agreeing with me, we'll figure this out.
Guys, you are the
we'll
perfect yin. You guys are the perfect yin for each other's yang. Okay.
Okay,
right,
we're just starting this, so let's not start pushing it too much, Tony.
Is there a main event at this?
This is testing the waters right now.
Let's get through the main event because I do have an announcement to make after.
Yeah, so we have Aaron Stone defending the RPW Championship against Eric Dillinger, Public Enemy. Now, the one thing with this match is Eric Dillinger, he's a man possessed when he gets in the ring. We all saw that match that he had last year with Gunnar Brave, the hardcore match. We've seen him in other places, diving off of balconies into the ring. The man will do whatever it takes to win, put his body on the line to win, but he's going up against a resilient champion in the Dreambreaker, Aaron Stone. Guys, I want you to weigh in here. How do you see this match going? I'll start with Smiley McGee.
Coat Rack. His name is Coat Rack.
Coat Rack. You know what? Hold on. You know what? Great point, Mr. Saint. Let me fix this. No, keep talking. Get ready. Go ahead and talk, Josh.
Start talking, Coat Rack.
You know.
I tried ignoring this whole Coat Rack crap for the last couple months. Just for my own humanism. But you want to keep doing the Coat Rack, so let's do the Coat Rack. He's a Coat Rack.
I like both competitors in this match. One, because I had the chance to watch the hardcore match back what was it, last season or the season
keep
before.
Talking, Coat Rack. Come on.
So anyway, but I do see Aaron Stone probably coming out on top in this matchup, solely from the purpose I've not seen Dillinger in a high stakes championship match, but we should have a very good match here. That's my take on this.
Haven't seen him in a high stakes match. When we saw him last year at Cupid's Carnage, he was in a high stakes match. There was a hardcore match for the Outer Limits.
Was that
it was for the Outer Limits Championship against Gunnar Brave. If you weren't too busy wearing coats over your head, you'd be paying attention.
No, that was before.
Everywhere
that
Eric Dillinger goes, because I've known this kid since he's first started. Everywhere this kid goes, it is top game, top notch, top action. Every time.
Didn't he also fight Connor Hopkins before we had the title match, correct?
Yes, and that was.
I don't remember that one. Maybe. I don't.
Okay.
So.
That's
but
not
we're
the point
about
here.
The past. We're talking about what's going on in the next couple of weeks. Are we talking about
weekend,
2 years
actually.
ago, or are we talking about?
Hey,
8
I'm just.
days?
I feel like it's going to be a great match specifically, but Stone's going to probably come out on top.
Gabagool, over here with the opinions. Please present them.
Well,
Your
you know
Italian
who's
accent's
always
horrible. Please stop it.
you know who's always on top. You know who's always on top when Gabagool's involved is Kyle's mom. But listen, I got to tell you, I think this Eric Dillinger, Public Enemy #1. This might be Aaron Stone's first true competition since he's been champion. I'm gonna say Eric Dillinger is coming out on top. I gotta side with Saint. This guy is ruthless. He's blood. Look at his picture. Look at which side he on. He's on.
He's got what, blood on his fist there, I believe.
I think I got to roll with Dillinger. I
No,
might make him
no,
sign.
correct. That's ketchup.
Double J, you had your glasses off for
Thanks,
a second
Double
there.
J.
What do you think?
Well, I don't need my glasses to see this future of Aaron Stone coming out on top by hitting a frog splash on Eric Dillinger, because he's proven it. He's fought against all sorts of competition in his time in RPW. His journey to the belt was paved in trials and tribulations, and he overcame that. He overcame a grueling ladder match with Quinn Whittick at the beginning of this season, and it's just going to keep on rolling with more victories for the Dreambreaker. I can't see, so I'll put my glasses back on.
Good idea. You know. I just wanted to say that.
Put into the
But that was the whole card for Rocket Pro Wrestling Cupid's Carnage. That is February 3rd, St. Joe's Park, Joliet, Illinois, 700 Theodore Street. $15 gets you general admission, $20 gets you front row. Don't miss the show, and don't miss the Cosmic Candy, which is cotton candy that is out of this world, coming straight to you from the same kitchen that gave you the M80 bites, that gave you the Hobie mushrooms. Don't miss what Captain Dave's got cooking. At this rate, he's cooking more than The Rock.
Do you smell it?
I do smell that cotton candy, and
Smell
it
your
smells.
damn bullshit.
It smells delicious. The cotton candy smells delicious.
It smells like a freaking aneurysm.
I can still smell.
How do you know when an aneurysm?
I smell toast right now. I smell toast. That's all I know. Because I smell toast.
Isn't that the signs of a heart attack?
Shut up.
I'm just looking out for your health, Mr. Damien Saint guy.
We all care, Mr. General Manager guy. Mr. Turtle guy.
What's up?
We're told by you a few minutes ago that you wanted to make a major announcement.
Whoa,
Yes.
Tony Khan's here.
No, because I'm actually going to make the announcement today.
Oh,
very well.
I'm not going to, have an announcement for next week to make an announcement for an announcement. That's hard to say sometimes.
That's
so.
strategy.
We mentioned you kind of mentioned earlier that we're going to talk about what we're going to do for future shows and for Rocket Pro Wrestling. I'm actually in the process of going to hire a backstage interviewer.
Oh.
We're going to do a lot of backstage interviews in the very near future. And actually, I have one person in mind, and I'm going to announce that name on this podcast right now. Okay. But I have to say it in a question form because I have to ask the person if they want it. Pac-Man.
Whoa.
What would you like to be? Rocket Pros backstage interviewer.
Turtle, I think I would.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And consider yourself hired as Rocket Pro Wrestling's official backstage interviewer.
Well, thank you, Turtle.
Stud. Look at this guy.
Dude, look at those abs. I haven't had abs like that since the Bush administration.
Look at how abnormally large his head is on this picture.
And you have to do the interviews just like that.
Yes.
In those
with
pants
my
and
shirt
show
off?
the abs. With your shirt on.
Are you sure
Show
about
the
that?
abs.
I don't think anybody's
All
prepared
that.
for that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if the ab thing. I mean, I could draw them on. I could just Sharpie every show and
Well,
draw
you've been
them
eating
on.
plenty of chicken and greens still. You've been keeping up in
Yeah.
shape, so the abs are there. It's just
It's just
it's
underneath.
winter, it's hibernation season. They'll make their return.
The abs will return, much like the Avengers at the end of every Avengers movie.
And somehow Palpatine.
Somehow he'll return as well.
Just like how Smiley McGee returns at some point.
Shut up, coat rack!
Oh my God! How did we just go from Avengers to Palpatine to the coat rack? And as if they're all equal. They're not even close to be equal. I quit. I'm done. Screw the shit.
Wait! Before you
Wait. Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
shoot! I was gonna ask.
Oh, damn!
Oh, damn!
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Guys, I want to thank you very much. This episode was brought to you by Blue Chew. If you're chewing Blue Chew, then you know how to have a good time.
Wait, we're not getting paid by Blue Chew. This is just a picture you're putting up because you're drunk. We're not getting paid by him either.
But we're all drunk.
Oh yeah.
Are we getting paid by him?
Are we? Wait, who's him? You're pointing at no one that's there.
You're still. Are you acknowledging your trouble, cheese?
Okay, this has been the Lovely Intoxicated podcast. I am PX, and that is the coat rack. And Tony Gabagool was here.
Hey!
He's gonna put me through hell in the editing bay. And then there's Double J that's right there, and the Amazing Turtle. And we want to thank Mr. General Manager Guy Damien Saint for coming on this show as well. And
This would be kind of awkward if it actually doesn't.
Shut up, coat rack!
Wait, we don't have a graphic for that. We haven't had Sip made a graphic for that. So we can't end the episode on that. But there is somebody that, well, first off, we got to tell the idolizers that when the Fan War promo battle challenge is done, at the end of the day, there's only going to be one fan group winning that, and you're looking at them. And before we go, we have one thing we got to say to everybody out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, whatever land you're going to be going into. And lastly, but not leastly, we all know what it is. And we're going to get ready to say it on 1, 2, 3.
Kyle,
Shut up,
Shut up,
Santino!
Santino.